So this fall, I'm going to be attending the Stern School of Business at NYU. So I'm pursuing a Bachelor's of Science degree in business with a concentration in finance.
Awesome. And what inspired you to do that? I'm interviewing a couple of other seniors who are going on, who've done their early acceptances to UPenn, whereas you're moving in a business direction, coming from the STEM Academy. Tell me a little bit about that.
So there wasn't really like an aha moment. I've always been very math oriented and business has always been in the back of my mind. So when I entered high school in the STEM program, everyone around me was doing some sort of engineering or some sort of medicine. And so me being drawn to business, that was kind of different for me because there isn't anyone in our grade in our cohort doing business. So I was always like a little hesitant to choose that path because it was so different from everyone around me. But when I entered high school, I joined DECA, our school's business club. And so through competition and through my involvement in DECA, I started to learn more about the different avenues of business like finance and marketing and also hospitality and tourism, for example. And so through DECA, I've kind of like started to learn my passion for business and realize that this is something that I may be interested in. So that's really played a large role in my passion and my decision to go into business. Yeah, I think the STEM Academy, other than the focus on like STEM fields, it made me a very well-rounded student. So like Vidant mentioned, starting from freshman year, you're hit right with AP Bio and then you go into AP Chem, which is a different course load than a normal freshman or a sophomore in high school. So I think that the STEM Academy has really prepared me for the rigor of a lot of higher level university classes. And through my involvement, I started to learn more about the different fields that I could go into. Other than that, all STEM students are required to take an engineering elective. So I've definitely learned a lot about the STEM field through that like 4-year sequence of courses. But I ultimately decided to go into business because while STEM is fun and interesting for me and it's fun to do all of the projects with all of my friends, I do realize that I'm more drawn towards the business aspect of a lot of these different fields, into project management, for example, and finance, because I've always been more oriented towards that field. I want to go into investment banking and like private equity at first, but eventually I do want to go into like the business management side of finance. Mrs. Tierney has always been such a great support system for me through my involvement in DECA. She supported every endeavor and every opportunity that I've brought up to her, whether it was running for state president in DECA, applying to various summer programs, and writing letters of rec for me. She's always been such a great support system for me. And then also having her as a teacher this year for AP Econ has been great because I've learned so much from her, and she's always had such a positive outlook on everything. And I also want to thank Mrs. Soyce because she's never shut down anything that we've brought up to her, and she's always been so supportive.
Do you have a particular hashtag that you might have, or personal brand?
I think that's something I've always believed in, is never stop trying, because things don't come flying at you. You have to put in that effort to achieve the goals that you want to achieve. You have to put in all of the time and energy into whatever you're interested in, because you can't expect something to happen without putting in that time and effort.